This is identification by density. I'm in section 20. My partners are Nick and Gavin. Uh, I did the abstract and the background. In the abstract, we kind of talk about the story and what we're given, and and just the basics of our procedure. So the story is that a man named Mr. Humphrey and his son were out on the boat. He's a fisherman, and they were watching a rocket launch when all of a sudden this cylinder shape comes screaming by them. So his son dives in and gets it, and Mr. Humphrey immediately takes it back and gets the inner diameter, the outer diameter, and then he also gets the weight and height of the object. And he says he's going to try to find what substance it's made out of. So then, as he's going through all this, somebody from Space M comes the next day, the people that have launched the rocket, and they tell him that there's 10 different substances. Could be some of the substances were cork, lead, copper, brass. There were several. Wood was also one. And then, so he goes about finding this, and we go about finding this using his information. First, we find the volume of the cylinder, take the mass, and then we divide mass divided by volume, get the density of the cylinder. And then we do this, we find the dimensions of it and the volume, and then the mass of each of the cubes, compare those densities. But when we compared those densities, there was no correlation, so it was obvious that there was a different material used in this cylinder, which turned out to be barium. Now, the reason that our background, the reason that our procedure works so well, in my opinion, is that each element has its own unique density. It's going to, every element, like if you take gold, for example, is going to have an exact density. Of course, the density of pure water is 1 gram per milliliter. So with that, when we calculated the densities of all of our objects pretty precisely, down to at least the tenths, if not the hundredths, and then we came back and compared them. And then when we got done with all of that, our barium was 3.62, and our object's density was 3.62, and the density of barium is 3.59. So they were really very close. So our procedure as a whole worked very, very well.